This time, some stars of the future, and the Schoolboys International at the Vetch Field Swansea on Thursday afternoon had some brilliant youngsters on parade. Looking at them, it's sometimes difficult to believe that they're under 15 years, but it'll not be long before you see many of them in the colours of First Division clubs. Rob King was there for us and returned with this enthusiastic report.
Wales haven't had the best of results this season, with just one win in their previous 5 matches. But with Paul Watkins of Avonedd forcing a fine Sonny Elliott early on, it was soon pretty clear that the visitors wouldn't have things all their own way. That became even more obvious a couple of minutes later, when Daniel Graham put the Welsh boys ahead. A really well-taken goal from the Ynys striker, and a real boost for his side as well. You'd expect the English to be fairly strong at this level though, and Lee Darby's shot that came back off the post could have tied things up before the interval. As it was, Wales showed a lot of spirit and also a fair bit of skill to keep that 1-0 lead as the second half, even if England's Roderick Thomas should have wiped that out here. He got the finish that little bit wrong after doing all the rest right, and the post had rescued Wales once again. That looked even more important a little later, when Jason Perali did well to set up John Kennedy. And with that goal from the Swansea centre-forward, it really did begin to seem as if Wales might be on course for their first win in the fixture for 6 years. Just for a while you'd have said the English, they got themselves in a terrible tangle before Steve Tuttle put through his own goal, and with Wales 3-0 up, the game might have been as good as over. Unfortunately it wasn't. To be fair, England really didn't deserve to be behind, and in the last 20 minutes they picked themselves up off the floor. Roderick Thomas showed a lot of pace to get clear of the Welsh defence, and Valley's Neil Edwards did well to block his first shot. He showed a lot of persistence as well to knock on the rebound. A fine best player, and there was more to come both from him and from his team. In the meantime though, Wales almost sewed things up with a fourth. A shot from Paul Watkins broke to John Kennedy, and although the striker did well to get the ball in for what would have been his second goal, the referee and linesman ruled this one out for offside. As it turned out, the decision was something of a turning point. England made the most of that escape, piled on the pressure, and then cut the gap even further through a brilliant bit of improvisation by Chris Starkey. With ability like that, it's difficult to see why 9 of the members of the FA's national school at Dillershall, and with the Welsh defenders a little shell-shocked by now, the away side certainly began to turn it on. A dazzling piece of play by Roderick Thomas, who was already on Watford's books, set up the equaliser, with Robert Green hanging the ball into the net, and all of a sudden the English were on level terms. The 3-3 scoreline was enough to clinch the victory shield for them, but with the bid well and truly between their teeth now, they were all out for a win. Green hit the post of an open goal, the third time the woodwork had got in England's way, and by the end Wales were hanging on desperate to draw they definitely deserved. It took a really super fight in the for a very long time.
Really brilliant 3-3 draw, 5-5.